Hello class, we're working out of your pre-algebra book 7.1 forms of percents. To start, go ahead and take notes on this flowchart to help you. This might be index card territory too. We are going to put fraction at the top, decimal here, and percentage here. The flow is to move from a percent to a fraction. We put the percentage over 100 in the flow. To go from a fraction to a decimal, remember the fraction bar is a division symbol, so we divide. And then a decimal to a percentage, the flow is multiply by 100. So you may need to pause the video, take notes on this, set it out while you're working to help you. Alright, percent is a ratio of a number to 100. So if we're asked to express 88% as a fraction, that's always in lowest terms. Then we go back to our flow chart and we say, oh, that's percentage over 100 to get from a percent to a fraction. Okay, then my 88 goes over 100 and we reduce. 4 will go into both of those numbers. It's easy to take 4 into 100, that's 25. 4 goes into 8 twice, and 4 goes into 8 twice. So as a reduced fraction, we have 22/25. We're asked to express something like 37.5% as a fraction. Again, we're going to go back to our flow chart. Okay, that's a percentage to a fraction. We're going to put our percent over 100. Okay, so we're going to say 37.5%, taking it to decimal form, a decimal percent. Put that over 100. Alright, get rid of our decimal, multiply by 10, top and bottom. And we're going to have 375 over 1,000. Now we can reduce this fraction. We know 25 goes into both of those. 15/40 is what that would be. And still reduce, so it would be 3/8. What about an odd percentage to a fraction? Something like 13.33% to a fraction. Well, we put that over 100, and then we say, well, I can make an improper fraction out of the top 3 times 13, 39 plus 1, 40 thirds. Divided by 100. Get rid of your denominators here. Okay, we're going to multiply that by 3 on the top and the bottom. Cross cancels. And we're going to get 40 over 300 here. Okay, so if that is true, then right away we can divide by 10. And if that's true, then we have 4/30. We can reduce that. 2 will go into 4 twice. 2 will go into 30 15 times. So however that works to reduce the fraction. Alright, now you're given a fraction. We want to express 3/20 as a percent. Go back to your flowchart. Well, a fraction to percentage, we need 100 on the bottom for that. Okay, so we're going to use the idea of the ratio as a number out of 100. So that's true. 20 can be made into 100. on the bottom. And multiply by 5 to make an equivalent fraction with 100 on the bottom. So we can see it. It's going to be 15 and 100. What's that equal? 15%. So that's a strategy. If you can work with your fraction to get 100 on the bottom, you can figure out the percent very easily. All right, what if you're asked to express something that you have to work out from a fraction to a percent? Well, you have to do some division, okay? So this is 7 divided by 8. 7 in the house divided by 8. And x zeros past the decimal point. And we're going to have 8 into 70, 8 times 64. And 8 into 60, 7 times is 56. And we're going to annex one more just to see what happens. 8 into 40, 5 times. Now our division problem terminates. Okay, we have an actual decimal here. Okay, so we have a decimal and we want a percent. Back to your flow chart. Okay, decimal to percent. We're going to multiply it by 100 to get there. Do you need the 0 in front of your decimal? It shows for the purpose of your problem there's no whole number value. And like I say, we wouldn't leave the gas cap open on our car after getting gas, so we don't leave the 0 off of our decimal in the front as well. Alright, so our flow chart says multiply by 100 to find the percent here from the decimal. We do that, we're going to move the decimal to the right twice, and you're going to have 87.5% using your notes. Alright, this is actually number 26 in your work. You're expressing 7.5 as a decimal and a percent. Alright, so this would be 7.5, alright, as a decimal. And then you would have 7.5 times 100 to get to the percent. That's 750%, guys. Because you'd move your decimal twice here and annex a 0 to get there. Okay, 32 in your work. Write a proportion to change the fraction to a percent. Solve and round to the nearest tenth of a percent. Okay, so we have 19/30 parts equal to, we don't know, out of 100 parts. Alright, so if we look at that, we multiply, butterfly it out. Extremes times the means. The extremes go on the left, so you're going to have 1900 equals 30x. Solve. 30 is multiplied by x. You divide by 30 to get rid of it. Get x by itself. That's your goal. X always moves over to the left. And our answer moves away. And so we have something like 30 into 1, no. 30 into 19, no. 30 into 190, 6 times. Okay, so 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180. We got 10 left. So we're going to have 30 into 100 3 times. Okay. And then we're going to see that repeats in the pattern. We're asked to round to the nearest 1/10 of a percent. Okay, if that's true, then we're going to have x equals 63.3%. All right, one more, number 38. You are asked to write the percent as a fraction. You're given 2.5%. Okay, then take this to improper fraction form. 5/2, multiply that by 1/100. Look what you're doing here. You're putting your percentage over 100 because it would be equal to 5/2 over 100. Isn't that the same? Look that over until you get there and think that through. And then we can multiply by 2 on the top and the bottom to get rid of our denominator in the numerator. Cross cancels, so you're going to have 5/200, and that equals 5 into itself once, 5 into 240 times. And we answered our question. What's the reduced fraction from the percent? So a couple of ideas. Use your flowchart notes at the beginning. Set them out while you are working. Don't forget to go to improper fraction form when appropriate to help you solve. And also, if you're asked to round to a nearest 1/10 of a percent, also do that. I hope this helps, and I'll see you soon.